Oi lads, welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege news video. Today we're going to be going over the preseason update from the developers, as well as talking about Clash, or Bandit 2 as I referred to her in my last video. So let's not mess around at all and let's just jump right into this by reading the designer notes going into Year 3, Season 3, or Grim Sky, the next operation of Rainbow Six Siege. So, first change that we're going to be getting in this patch is going to be a minor nerf to Thatcher. His EMP grenades will now only temporarily deactivate cameras rather than outright destroying them. This will apply to the base cameras that are on every map in the game, Maestro cams, which they already didn't destroy, and Valkyrie cameras. Now, I remember reading in the developer AMA on Reddit a couple weeks ago about how the devs actually wanted Thatcher's interactions with things to be less one-sided or permanent. Now, things like this have kind of been coming if you've been paying attention. Both of the most recent operators, both Maestro and Alibi, neither of them have their gadgets completely destroyed with Thatcher's EMP grenades. Both are just temporarily disabled. This seems to be the way the team's looking going ahead with the game. Now, the team says this is the first in a series of changes to Thatcher, many of which are not ready to be implemented yet. Now, they also are going to be working to make Thatcher a little bit stronger in order to make up for his gadget not being quite as potent. Before they can move forward, the devs said they wanted to make this change, so we'll just have to keep an eye on Thatcher in the future. In other news, another small nerf is that Twitch's drone will now make more noise when moving. This is a small change that the team says they're making in order to, quote, help players paying attention pick up on the audio cue of the drone. I don't really have too much to add on this. Twitch's drone is pretty quiet, but you can hear it right now. I don't really think this is needed, but at the same time, I'm not going to complain about it. I don't think it's a big deal. Another thing that's a big fix that I myself am very excited about going into Grim Sky is that they are fixing weapon sight misalignment, which in layman's terms is when your reticle is pointed at one thing and the bullet from your gun goes somewhere else. UB says they're going to be fixing this by removing the weapon interaction with the player's field of view, keeping the reticle in the center of your screen at all times. This is big because it'll reward skilled players more. One of the weapons that this really affected was the L85 of Sledge and Thatcher. If you shoot a full clip of that weapon at a wall and then watch it back in slow motion, a lot of the shots are pretty far off where your reticle says they should be. Hopefully this update actually works and everything's fixed, because that'd be great. I'd really be up for that. And finally, to wrap up the preseason update, the team has shared some thoughts on the recent changes that we saw come to Finka, Frost, and Kapkan. On Finka, the dev team says that they're happy with the result, stating that her win delta has dropped to 1.7% from the outrageously high 6+% that it used to be, and that her pick rate has also improved. So they say they'll continue to monitor Finka, but are happy with her for now. I'd agree that Finka's probably in a good spot right now. I'm glad her win delta came down, because where it was at before was simply, how I said it earlier, it was outrageous. Any operator with a win delta that's off the charts, obviously something needs to be done, and I'm glad that they were able to bring her down. Now, when it comes to Frost and Kapkan, the devs say that both of their win deltas have gone from about -3% to about +1%. They admit that they aren't entirely sure why. If you do remember back, Frost did get some small buffs to her weapons during the last patch. However, Ubisoft says that they, quote, see all of you Frost and Kapkan mains out there. Finally, just a quick note, I know I missed the real days that this news was new, but we're still going to talk about it just for a couple minutes here. We're going to touch on Clash, who is going to be the defense operator for the upcoming Grim Sky season. Clash is our Scotland Yard defender, if you remember, and she's going to be the first defense operator with a shield. And from the looks of things, it can also shoot some sort of lightning or shock device. According to the lore, Twitch and Mira work together to make it, which is probably why it's made of glass and shoots a shock of some sort. Now, if I told you I was excited or thrilled about this new operator, honestly, I'd be lying to you. I'm not a big fan of shields in the game at all. I don't like Monty Blitz, or I don't have a problem with Fuse, but I don't like the ability to run a shield. I know some people will disagree with me, but that's just where I stand. I don't like shield operators at all. However, I'm hoping the Clash can be a little bit different from what we have now. She has potential, I suppose, but honestly, I'm just trying to hold any of my judgments for the official reveal later this week during the Paris Major. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me in this Siege update. Expect at least a couple of videos from me later this week following the Grimsky full reveals at the Paris Major. I'll probably make 2 or 3 videos. I'll probably make a few videos on that. Probably one on each of the new operators, both Clash and whoever the other one is, Firebuck for now. Until then, though, guys, I'll see you later, and I'm out.